Happy Tuesday and welcome to our first ever Facebook Live for Savvy Teen Academy. This is Susan HayesCulleton here. I'm co-founder of Savvy Teen Academy and just wanted to take some time this Tuesday evening. I hear that the traffic might be bad outside and it's a bit of a rainy day, so some of you might be tuning in here on Facebook, and I thought, why not take this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about the plans that Monica and I have for this summer. So, Savvy Teen Academy is all about careers, communication and confidence. And what really does that translate into? Well, let's start at the start. Careers, in that particular area, it's an area that I focus on with the teenagers, and I look at two things. First of all, what's really going on out there? So there's lots of jobs that you might be aware of that didn't exist 10 years ago. So whether that might be somebody in data science or somebody in digital marketing, or somebody working in the area of futuristic alternative investment, that too, but artificial intelligence, etc. So there's lots of new careers. And then of course, there are lots of careers that are traditional, that have been around for a long time and they're here to stay. So whether that's nursing or engineering or the public service, etc., etc. There's lots of others there too. So firstly, we look at what's out there. And then secondly, we look at, well, how do you fit in there? So as a teenager, today, maybe you're picking your subjects, maybe you're doing transition year, maybe you're thinking about what course you're going to do for the CAO later on, etc. So what is it that you have to offer to an employer or to a client base if you want to set up your own business, or to the government if you want to work for the public service, etc. And in particular, what have you got to offer whereby you can compete very ably with people who are older than you or more experienced than you or have more qualifications than you? Because after all, when you come out of college or university or whatever it is that you decide to go on to do, that would be the question that you're faced with. And the only way to really do that really well is to think about, what do I love to do? What excites me? What would I love to get out of bed in the morning and to really look forward to going in? And maybe it's working as a team, maybe it's working outside, working on a project that saves the lives of others. Maybe I want to focus in on a subject that I really like business, or maybe it's history, etc. So that's the way our careers section works, is that we look at what's going on out there in the world. And secondly, then we look at how do you fit in there. And then thirdly, we also focus in on interview skills. So how can you sell the benefits that you have, the key attributes and the value that you can bring to a workplace, whether that's you're 16 and you want to get a summer job, or whether it is that you're going for a big promotion later on in life. To be honest, the attributes are the same. It's just about how you communicate with a view to selling yourself in the best way. Which brings us neatly on to communication. Now, whether you know it or not, we communicate all the time. You communicate every time you send a Snapchat. I'm communicating with you right here on Facebook Live. Monica and I communicate together as we're working through the plan in getting ready for the week ahead, etc. So communication's key. But what's really important is how you communicate, and in particular, the style that the other person, the person who you're communicating with, what their style actually is. So Monica has this fantastic exercise called the DISC profile, and that looks at different characteristics of 4 different communication styles. So if you're somebody who you like to hear numbers and you like to hear facts and metrics and goals and targets and objectives, that's very different to a person who likes to hear stories and likes to communicate through pictures or through, again, let's take the Snapchat example, who likes the idea of communicating through emojis and who likes to, more so convey their feelings and so on like that. They're 2 very, very different communication styles. And that might translate, maybe how you communicate with your art teacher is very different to how you communicate with your maths teacher. Maybe how you communicate with one parent is quite different to how you communicate with a different parent, or of course how you communicate with your siblings, etc. So Monica has the answer to that, and she's a really, really fantastic exercise on that. We also then look at public speaking. And the reason why is public speaking is one of those things that people are, first of all, are very afraid of, and second of all, they actually don't know how to do it in such a way that it can be really broken down in a step-by-step way. So what we do is that I talk to you about my experience in public speaking. So 2 of my businesses are focused on speaking and training, which is all about standing up in front of a group of people and conveying a message in various different styles. Monica runs a training company too. In addition, also, she talks to you about what the key techniques are in order to move forward. So how exactly can you break this down? So she has, for example, the lighthouse effect, she calls it. It's a really good, I won't call it secret. Well, it's a secret if you don't know, isn't it? So she has these various different tips and techniques about how to do it. And then in my case, I'll also tell you about my experience of being captain of the debating team in school and how I overcame nerves and how I built my confidence in public speaking. There you go. Brings me right on to point number 3, which is confidence itself. From the moment you walk in the door, and I mean the moment that you walk in the door, we will build your confidence in so many ways that you have no idea. We do it naturally. We do it because we really care, and we love doing this. We love our week of working with teenagers. So that is precisely what we will do, but we will also give you ways in which you can build it for yourself. So Monica's this fantastic session around body language, and she'll teach you how to look like you have more confidence. And if you look like you have more confidence, often your body and your mind will follow suit. And I too will give you ways in which I have built my confidence over the years also. And again, they're tangible things that you can take away. And over the years, many, many, many teenagers have texted us or they've sent us messages on Facebook Messenger and so on. And they will tell us how they have taken those techniques and they've implemented them in their own lives. Now, what we also do is we bring in a range of guest speakers who will talk to you about some very challenging things that they've faced in their lives. Some really difficult times where they've had to surmount physical injury, or maybe it's mental illness, or like just really when the odds were against them. And they will tell you how they overcame that, to how they could position themselves to be much stronger and to be able to move forward as a result. So all of that will be really important as well. Now, separate to that, there's a range of other things that we do throughout the week. And of course, you can find out all of this information on savvyteenacademy.com. All of our outline and so on is there. And we have some new aspects of the program that we're adding on this year, and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, I'm just going to continue here. So one of the areas that I do as well are study techniques. I'm fortunate to tell you that my Leaving Cert went well. And I'm very happy to tell you about how I did that. Now, I did 8 subjects, and I talked to you about the individual ways in which I applied exam technique to each one of them. I applied techniques of focus, ways in which I communicated with my teachers, and a mindset that I had that really helped me succeed along the way. And you'd be surprised, right? You'd think, oh, study techniques, seriously, in summer, when we're off school, and it's in July, and the sun is shining. You'd be surprised every single time our teenagers want to ask more and more and more, because it makes life easier for them. It makes the entire time in school and in university easier for them. So actually, it's a very practical session where I give you the warts and all of my own Leaving Cert journey. And also what I do as well is that I focus on teen entrepreneurship. So I'll show you how to make more money as a teenager, or make any money at all. Maybe some of you aren't making any now. So I'll show you how to do that. And also we have a fantastic exercise around teen entrepreneurship, which is such great crack. It really is. It's one of my favorite parts of the week. So all of that takes place. It's a really fantastic activity, and we love it. Everyone loves it, I have to say. And, we've had people over the years where they're more, individual people rather than team players, and they kind of think, oh, is there going to be a lot of group work, and is there going to be a lot of things where I'm just going to freeze? We've got you. We've got this. We have been doing this for 4 years now. We've had hundreds of teenagers. We know how you feel, and don't worry. You don't have to worry about a thing, because we know how to make that as enjoyable as possible, and we know how different work styles work together. And similarly, there's those of you that want to burst out of your seat all the time, and you want to be doing stuff all the time too. There's loads of activities, loads and loads that are going on, where really and truly sometimes at the end of the week our students are saying to us, we'd like to actually come back again next week and just stay. So whatever style you have, whatever type of person you are, really, we've probably met someone like you before. Not quite like you, of course, but just, we've got this, really, really and truly. More of what we do in the week is that Monica takes a section called Digital Reputation and Managing Your Digital Reputation. Now, we know how much you love to be on Snapchat. We know how much you check out everybody on what's going on Facebook. We're well We're well aware of that. We do it ourselves, etc. So Monica will talk to you about how to do that in such a way that really takes care of you and make sure that your digital footprint is just taken care of, just so that for the future, more and more of our lives are online. And in many ways, that's great. It enables us to keep in contact with people in different parts of the world. I have friends in Melbourne who could be watching this video right now who I'm connecting with. And there's potentially client opportunities just waiting for me online. So if I want to be there and I want to be ready and waiting to take these on board, I just need to be conscious around my digital etiquette. And she does a fantastic job of telling you all about that. We have a new section this time as well around digital footprint, which is very practical in nature, a way in which you can really cultivate that. Tell you lots more about that at another time. She also does another section that's really, really, it's very practical and it's very valuable. And our teenagers love it, and that is around your CV, a cover letter. Now, many of you would have done this in school, but we do it in a different way. We do it where both Monica and I are employers. We've interviewed people, and we've, again, a lot of experience in dealing with your particular age group. So we'll talk to you about writing a CV at this stage, and then it also dovetails in with the other activities we mentioned around interview skills, etc. So on that note, I'm going to say have a truly wonderful Tuesday. Again, any questions you have, we're here. Both of us are here. Email us at info@savvyteenacademy.com. Send us a message on Facebook Messenger, visit the website, whatever you'd like us to do. Of course, feel free to send in any questions you have. Our dates are in July. We're in Dublin, we're in Cork, and we're really looking forward to seeing you this summer. So thanks a million. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.